Hey, good evening, folks, or good morning, depending on how you look at this. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Washington Mystics late night game on the road on the West Coast. Uh, they handled business out in Phoenix. They jumped on the Mercury pretty early, and they sustained it throughout a couple attempted runs by Phoenix in the second half. Washington was able to hold things down and leave Phoenix with a 90 to 77 win. And Cardo, we were just talking before we started. Again, we've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. If Washington continue to take care of business on their end, they would continue to give themselves an opportunity, without thinking about everyone else that factors into the playoff race. That said, they've won 5 of the last 6.
Mhm.
Um, Look, man, they're half game back right now. It's like they're messing with history. I think saw Ned Hatfield a little while ago tweet that no one in WNBA history started the season 0-12 and made the playoffs. Washington's in the conversation for like something wild.
Yeah,
That said,
yeah.
what you think it's a nice game, man?
First of all, just a hell of a win. I call them cardiac mystics for a reason, man. And the thing is, I think they just accepted their identity as defense. You know, we leading with the defense. We're gonna suffocate you. We're gonna swarm. We're gonna scrap. We're gonna be physical. Instead of 5 players on the court, you're gonna think it's 10 players on the court. We're gonna get underneath your skin. We ain't backing down. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna complain to the refs. But at the same time, the refs gonna get tired of hearing you and say play basketball, and we still gonna be there. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be highly inefficient. We're gonna turn you over, and that's gonna feed our offense. And that's what you saw. Well, you've been seeing over the last 6 games. That's why they won 5 of their last 6 games, man. And tonight, I think their speed and again, this bench mob. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the bench. I don't know what they feeding them. I don't know what they putting in their Gatorade, body armor, water, whatever they giving them. Specialty nutrition drinks. By players, but they've been getting it done. On the bench points again. Last game it was something outrageous, like 50-13, 50 plus to 13.
Yeah.
Tonight they outscored Phoenix 44-24. And last game it was Ainsley and Shatori carrying the load. Tonight it was Carly Samuelson with a big old knot on her head. You know what I'm saying? Like contact, like that woke her up. She as soon as she checking game, collision, got a big old knot on her head, man, looking like when Hassan Rahman and Lennox Lewis fought, man, and it
Right.
looked like it's just growing. They tried to treat it, and she went to work. She always scrap on the defense, man. You ain't got to worry about that. With 19 points on 6 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3, 3 of 6. Then Shatori, solid 7 points, 3 of 5. Emily Ainsley again, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Sika Kone, who's quietly has been one hell of an X factor. Because one, she's 6'3", 6'4". She could defend anything out there. She's athletic, she's smart, she's tough, but she has skill. Like she'll hit a turnaround, jab, jumper, put it on the floor, score inside, get the rebound, don't see a guard, take it all the way, full court, lay it up, get fouled, go to free throw line, and make free throws. Sika Kone, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 14 minutes. Like, and she was she 2 of 7, 2 of 2 from the field, but she had 2 threes. Her 2 shots were 2 threes. That's your center. That's your backup center right now. Keep in mind, Ariel Atkins only played 9 minutes because she got banged up. And again, Shakira Austin has not played yet. So, because she's out. That's the difference, man. And what's beautiful to watch is it's a collective. It's a team effort. Like you don't know who to focus on. You got your usual suspects, the Atkins, the Sykes, and all that, but you keying in on them. Like I just say, Kone killing you, Carly's killing you, Ainsley's killing you. Then you got to adjust. Van Loo hit a couple threes. Lee Edwards hit a couple shots. You like, what the hell? You see what I'm saying? And I think with them, they used their speed tonight. They was like, Brittany, you're going to have to run. We ain't going to play the half-court game. Diana, you're going to have to move. Yeah, you up there, but if you can't move, sorry for you. Like, it doesn't it that they took full advantage the of Mercury's lack of speed. Now Copper and Cloud will get on the run. Sophie, the rest of them ain't trying to run. And I think the Mystics played into that. They really just kept jabbing at that weakness with the Mercury, and that's why you get what you got tonight. You know what I'm saying? And look, for instance, another key stat in tonight: Mystics 22-6 points off turnovers. Turn Phoenix over 17. It's hard to make up for that when your bench is getting outscored like that, and also you committing 17 turnovers and it's scoring 22 points off that. Think about that, man. That's 66 points between your bench points and points off turnovers alone. So all we gotta do is execute a little bit now and a half court, we good. And that's what you saw. They shot 52%. The Mystics did from the field, ridiculous 50% from deep, and 80% from the free throw line. I don't think people understand the Mystics are up there as far as 3-point shooting. That's what's wild. It's the scoring in the other phases of the game that's been a struggle. You know what I mean? And being consistent defensively for most of the season with the injuries that's happening. But now that they're kind of whole and it's kind of been a steady climb, they build chemistry and they're fighting for their playoff life. So they're giving everything that they got. This is what you're getting. You're getting efficient, balanced attack on both ends of the floor. And they're playing damn near flawless basketball. They only turned the ball over 12 times, man. But they 30 rebounds. They almost won a rebounding battle. Without Shakir, without Atkins in the game most of the game. They only lost by 33-30. They had 25 assists. That's what I mean, man. That's 25. They're killing you. Like who do you key in on? Like you can assume the usual suspects, but when Carly Sampson is bombing you for 3 for 5 for 5, you got to adjust. She the priority right now. She's killing us, and that's what makes it tough, man. And you can't plan for that. Then the floodgates open. And to be frank, if you've been watching the Mercury over the last few weeks, they have their own internal battles. So all you gotta do is just get up on them, and then they're gonna implode because that's what they've been doing. You know what I mean? And they may not like that, but facts are facts. If you watch the games, that's what's been going on. So and they're imploding because it's tough for them to stop people, and they're not winning games, and they're slowly but surely dropping in the standings and the playoff standings and whatnot. So. Hell of a win. They got to keep it going. They're right there. They half game back with 6 games left after tonight's win. Definitely represent, man. Like this is what we are used to when we cover the Mystics. Them competing on both ends of the floor and playing team basketball, and then we live with the results, man. So, hell of a win, man. It's been fun watching them play at the end of the season.
Yeah, like you said, as they've gotten healthy, they've kind of shored up a couple things. Again, like you said, really everything changes. Really buying into that defensive end. And again, outside of like Steph's the only person who's not really getting up and down the floor at the same rate that everybody else is. And at that same token, they don't feel it that much because for her, the way she's been shooting the three, she's running to the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about it. Like that's the great equalizer for her is if she's the trailer, you're one of the league leaders in shooting the three in the entire league. You're one of the league leaders shooting the three. By the time you get there for the trailer, that's your shot. And I thought one thing with her, I was talking with I think watching the game and talking with like Mike earlier, just looking most of the season, like she's done such a great job passing out the high post.
Yeah.
And it's really helped their offense. And I know it's something I think that kind of had to happen due to some of the injuries at times, but it's something that's continued as they've got a little bit more healthy. So many times we've seen her finding, I think so hit Kone tonight, Engstler, and some of the times it's not even direct assist, it's hockey assist because some of the times when she's hitting Engstler who's slipping, she's making an extra pass. And you talked about the way they've been sharing the ball. I think at halftime, it was 17 assists on 20 made field goals. Remember correctly at halftime? It was something crazy. Appreciate you for checking. Like it was just something absurd. Like they've really been moving the ball well, man. And just credit to them for that. Like you said with the bench, they found a way somehow. They just been getting stronger. That second unit's been amazing. They've been bludgeoning people. with that group. Um, you said, what was it, 50 points the last game. You come in this one, it's another crazy performance. Shout out to Carly Samuelson. That was her career high tonight with 19. And she didn't miss a shot from the field. The only shot that she missed the free throw. That's it, just the free throw. Um, Hell of a performance shooting the rock. And we've been talking for a while about the tear that Engstler's been on. And as soon as that's kind of coincided with this run too. Her kind of finding her legs, huge for the team. We talked about Kone, like they're in a good little place right now. And again, credit to them just for fighting, because a lot of teams could have threw in the towel, man. 0-12, like why? 0-12 with huge injuries.
Yeah, but that's why we enjoy covering the Mystics. Like, I don't think people understand when we talk about the Mystics, man. It's a standard that's been there under the Tabals. We literally came in our first year covering the Mystics was Tabal taking over his first year. The father, you see what I'm saying? Who's the GM now, and his son was on the bench with him, earning his keep over last year, learning the ropes as an assistant coach, and that's why he took over. And they built this franchise up to a championship winning one. Honestly, one of the most dominant runs to a championship in the history of the WNBA that will possibly forever stick, because they were smacking teams. It was bad. So you gotta understand what we've been accustomed to. I don't care, players being in and out or whatever. One thing we always can count on, they're gonna play team basketball on both ends, and they're gonna compete. I don't care what the situation is. So it's disheartening early in the season to see what was going on, how they were just kind of like you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man, that's not what it is. And y'all got and also how the turnover is with the W, you can't play with that. Other teams watching too, they're like, yeah, stuff gets tough. She's not tough enough to battle. Why would I want her on the team? But they found a way to turn around. And one other thing you said about the halftime thing, again, points off turnovers, 11-0. And Washington only had 3 turnovers at the half, but their bench had 23 points to Phoenix 5 at the half. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a thorough beatdown. You see what I'm saying? And the Mercury only won in the fourth because they desperate, and Messi's like, all right, let's finish this off and get up out of here without stuff like that. So again, this was huge because now they put the pressure on the Sky and the Dream, like, you better keep winning. I better keep winning, or we gonna get there. And they only have game back now, and 3 of their next 4 games, they got a tough one Sunday against the Lynx. That's gonna be tough. And 3 of the next for the Lynx, Sky, Dream back. And I believe after that they get officially. They draw games, obviously it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But if they win, it's a wrap for the Dream. It's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah, man, they gave themselves a chance in a great situation at this moment. And gotta remember, I think they're leading the season series with the Sky to this point, which was huge. The last game, the last time they beat the Sky was huge. Where I think the only thing the Sky can do is tie that series. If they are to win that game, if Washington gets it as a tiebreaker in your back pocket, considering you need a little help or whatnot in this situation. But again, hell of a win tonight. Player of the game, where you going tonight?
Carly Samuelson. Carly Samuelson was easy.
Just not only the offense for me, just defensively. Keep sticking your nose in there defensively. It was huge. And she took some punishment tonight. You talked about the welt, like
she always take punishment. She just one of them, like, yo, you get first dibs on the ice tub, man. You know what I'm saying? You get tended to, because she's gonna come out of it. She's like, she's more skilled, but I'm a, like, remember how Mark Madsen played with the Lakers?
Yeah.
That's how she's scrapping all over the place, and she compete. But she's more skilled and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's her style. She can't help it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, she was frustrating Copper. We know how much of a freak Copper is athletically, man. She's hard. I mean, you saw her in the Olympics in the gold medal game. She's hard to stay in front of. And Carly, even after the lump, didn't bother one bit. She's sliding her feet, and all Copper could do is charge, get up in it. looking at the refs like, come on, man, like she's not going anywhere. She's a pest, man. She's a pest. She don't go anywhere. She's always there, and that's why they picked her up, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's smarter to bowl. Now you can kind of see why he made the pickups he did in the all season and stuff and drafted what he did, because he kind of figured like, all right, we may not have the offensive firepower, but if we come together defensively, that should be able to hold us down enough where we can score enough points and be competitive. And that's what you're seeing at the end of the season now that they're fairly healthy or whatnot. So, loving it. And if Shakira is able to come back and plug in, that makes it all the more better. You know what I'm saying? So for that, man, they managed to make the playoffs. This is a hell of a coaching job, just a hell of a job out of the organization in general, man. Because when you start the season on 12, hey, number one pick time. It's tough to come out of that. Just even your morale, you just, I gotta go in and deal with this. It's tough. So these ladies, they deserve a hell of a applause for being mentally tough and sticking to it and being in this position, man.
Like you said, to mentally stay in it, 0-12. To mentally stay in it several games after that before they went on a little, got a nice little run before the break. And again, it's not like it was something where it was a whole bunch of adversity and then it stopped. People still in and out of the lineup. Like they've been ravaged by key injuries to a team that is for the most part kind of top heavy, right? Like I don't think anything's wrong with saying that. And that starting group has not played a lot together this year.
And they haven't played well.
That as well.
Doing this five wins in the last 6 games, they haven't been carrying it. No, it's been the bench. The bench been carrying things. You see what I'm saying?
It's been amazing. Yeah, the depth has been amazing. Like
exactly, man. They carrying it. So you just gotta get props where it's due, man. And it's because look, even on the fella side of things, they got 82 games to come out of 0 and a bad start like that, and they tap out. They done in December. It's like, my man, you got like 4 more months. What's going on? You could tell they done. They just showing up so they won't get fined and lose money. They got 30-some games, like 35 games, man. So on 12, that's the third of their season. That's tough. That's tough.
That's a significant chunk.
Exactly.
Right, on the X Factor, because there's several candidates here tonight. Who stood out the most to you? It's X Factor.
Man, I'm probably gonna have to go with Ingsler again, man. Her 10 points, but it's all around impact. The 10 points, the 4 rebounds, 3 assists with the 3 steals and 2 block shots, so 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3, just efficient, man. The bench mob, they just different. They finding a way, and the thing is, I don't think people understand. Look at the minutes. People watching. Go look at the box score and look at the minutes. He pretty much going damn near half the game starters, half the game the bench. That's how well they're playing, and the bench is playing better. You see what I'm saying? So
try to get this up here for people if y'all can see it. It's
look at the balance. Look at the balance, man.
So off the bench, if anybody can't see too clearly, we got Ingsler 19 minutes, Kone 14 minutes, Samuelson 20 minutes, Walker Kimbrough 19, Sutton 12, Melbourne 14.
And look at the plus minus. The only reason why Kone and Melbourne are negative, -3 and -2, is because they miss shots. Other than that, they would be in the plus. Because you see the starters are all in the pluses. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro. It is what it is. And one other key fact, you was talking about Dolson when she crossed half court and be at the top of the key. Bigs are wired to run in the paint, then look for their man. Mm-hmm. If they looking up, by the time they find her, the shot's already in the air and she's hitting it. Like she's one of the top 3-point shooters. I think she's second in.
Look, I will go check for you right now. I know earlier this season she was first for a little while, for a good stretch. I don't know if she still is at the moment, but she's been shooting the hell out the basketball this season for sure. Trying to find it. Let's see if I can get it real quick. I'm on internet. Just want percentages, and I'm getting everything but that. We'll have Cardell rejoin us in a second. I'm trying to find this number for you guys for Steph Dolson. 3-pointers made. No, I don't want 3-pointers made. I want 3-point. I just want the literal percentage. I don't want 3-pointers made at this moment. Where we at? Okay, so she's still leading the league at 49.3. Bridget Carlton second at 42, pretty much 43%. So we got Cardell back, but during that time, I got it. She's still leading the league, 49.3% from deep.
Right.
49.3, y'all. So, like, to your point, Big sprinting back, and the trailer is leading the league in threes.
That's a weapon. And respect to her for putting the work in the gym and changing her game, because she could shoot from mid-range. She might hit a couple, but she wasn't a marksman like she is now, and it's an extending her career. And the other underrated aspect of her game is she's a big body. When she go out there and put screens on people, you turn the corner, it's a lot of daylight. It's a lot of daylight to make plays. And look, we know she's not the most fleet of foot. She ain't playing games. Let me step back, pop out, 3-point range. And the big got to make a decision. Either follow the guard or you're going to stay with me. And if you follow the guard, I'm going to light you up. You know what I'm saying? If you stay with me, then the guard, one-on-one, make it happen.
You said, man, she's been a huge part to this too, especially one of the few constants all season long in terms of a vet because of all the injuries they've had. So, like you said, credit to her for putting that work in, and damn near shooting 50% from three. Like, you're a nuclear weapon for a team. I don't care what position you playing with that many minutes and whatnot. Like, that's a hell of a weapon, man. Look, man, they take on Minnesota on Sunday. That's another tough one, but we'll see if they can handle that. Because again, they've been in many. It's not a case. Again, I don't even think we got the 5 games this season where it's just been huge blowouts and knocked down like they never had a chance. I don't think we got up to 5 games this season. So again, it's just checking the boxes that we've been talking about all year. Checking the boxes, something been doing great as of late. I know tonight one of the things, Ray wasn't on, but one of the things he mentioned is their propensity for their turnovers being live ball turnovers. Tonight, most of their turnovers were dead ball turnovers, which helped them quite a bit. Obviously, they didn't turn it over nearly as much, but the difference between live ball turnovers and dead ball turnovers are huge. And they've been huge for Washington this season because the times that they have turned it over, some games it's cost them games just because they were live. The points were gotten off of them. And like you mentioned earlier tonight, they've been winning that battle, the points off turnovers, which is huge. Over the past 4 or 5 games or whatnot. But again, they take on Minnesota on Sunday. We'll talk to you guys then. We'll see how things go. But as Cardell said, hell of a win. Look, 5 out of 6. This time, everything that's going on this year, to still be in this conversation, if giving yourself a chance to this point. And keep in mind, you got this done tonight with, like we said, we saw Ariel got banged up. Hopefully she's okay. But it wasn't, you kept it from being a situation where there was any pressure to insert her back into this game.
Yep.
To me, it's a separate win. It's a smaller win, but that's another win. And again, Shakira's been out, and you still gained ground.
Momentum is a special thing. It's hard to get, and that's why I'm a firm believer when you have it in game, when you have it over a string of games, you don't bother. You let it just keep playing out until it dries out, runs out, and then you adjust. You keep rolling with it, man, because they're it's different. They're a different team now, and their teams approach them like they're 0-12, they're going to get beat. You can't look at it like that no more. You can't look at the record. And I'm pretty sure Norm Cheryl, head coach of the Lynx, I know she ain't playing no games. So she like, nah, after that record, the team they are now is the team that won 5 or 6 coming in here. So they're going to be on high alert. If they beat Minnesota, that sends a hell of a message to the rest of the league. Like, damn, like, oh, they serious. Right now, it's like, oh, they serious. I see them. Okay, they're making a run, but then it's like, yeah, oh, you got to deal with them.
And again, to just piggyback off your point before we close, if they're able to take down Minnesota, not only is that a hell of a message, but they're currently a half game back right now. That's a hell of a way to officially, yeah, that's a hell of a way to officially now show candidacy in this postseason. Um, so again, a hell of a job, 5 out of 6, big win tonight on the road. They've been amazing on the road as of late, and we'll see you guys Sunday. Appreciate you guys staying up late.